TIFU by hanging a shelf and experiencing true level.
Happy Valentine's Day to me. I bought all the fixings to hang a shelf.
It's a project that I've had in my head for almost a whole 2 weeks and I was really excited to do it. Everything went smoothly.
I had all the required tools. Measurements were perfect.
The hubby even took the toddler into another room so I could work in peace.
Then came the moment of truth. I hung the shelf.
Took a step back and everything was crooked.
It was like I was looking through Tim Burton-esque glasses. The shelf was crooked.
The painting on the wall was crooked. The dining room table was crooked. WTF.
I get out the level and sure enough,
it was off. But not by a lot.
How? I used the damn level when I was measuring.
After looking at the brackets that I just bought,
turns out one of them was slightly off in the welding,
which lead to the shelf being crooked.
Obviously, I was losing my mind at the crookedness of the situation. So my husband found a quick fix to put some padding in between the bracket and the shelf and boom.
True level was achieved.
While he was there, he also straightened the painting. We took a step back and somehow,
it was worse.
It was that kind of off that you could see. You knew it was there, but couldn't pinpoint it. After some deliberation, we determined that the table was obviously slanted.
So my husband places the level on it and wow was it. But it's new.
Like, maybe a year and a half at most. Oh
my God. It's the floor. I spend my Valentine's evening watching my husband run around the living room and dining room, measuring and checking the level of everything. The level determined the floor was slanted. The windows,
doorways, everything.
The slants aren't even going in the same direction. Our windows aren't even hung at the same height. Now when I look at them,
the 0.625 difference might as well be a foot. We have been living in this house for 4.5 years.
How have we never seen this?
Our house is almost 100 years old. So obviously this is not surprising.
After seeing true level, everything I see is crooked. I can't unsee it.
It's time to burn down the house and move. TLDR. I hung a shelf that was straight.
I discovered my whole house including floors,
windows,
doorways. The works is crooked in varying ways.
Now that it's been seen, it can't be unseen. I bought a condo 2 years ago and upon viewing noticed the floor in the kitchen was slanted.
My parents, my kids,
realtor etc. all thought I was crazy.
Pointed out how the fridge was crooked.
They said fix the turn wheels. It will level. Bitched about it for a year before the WA brought in a guy with a long cable thing. Yep.
Sure as shit the building is sinking.
150,000 plus fixed to the WA. I am still astounded no one noticed immediately.
Happy about my complaints as now the WA has to foot the bill for basically gaslighting me over the slant in my kitchen. My dad learned from experience not to put vertically striped wallpaper up on any wall in a 100-year-old
house.
Just to be on the safe side.
Turn your level around and make sure it reads the same.
I've plumbed walls.
Stood back and visually could tell they weren't plumb. Turns out the level was off. You only have your shelf to blame. That reminds me of this XKCD https xkcd.com/1015/ once you see it you can't unsee it.
We remodeled the bathroom of our 25-year-old house and decided to add a frameless swinging glass
door.
We measured the width very carefully at several spots. We order the $800 door. Install the fixed panel and it doesn't quite sit flush but a bead of silicone will fill the gap. We hang the door and it bangs into the fixed panel. Turns out that the whole room leans to one side by 3/4 of an inch.
Always measure the diagonals. So for anyone that doesn't know about true level,
I had a true level freak out a few months ago.
I stood up from the couch to do something and unbeknownst to me there was a yearbook under the
throw blanket. Somehow I didn't notice that I was standing with one foot on the ground and one foot about an inch up for several minutes. When I went to walk away, my body and mind just went, oh no.
Everything is wrong. The whole world is crooked.
It was surreal. Post a picture of this in R, mildly infuriating with a title like, Guess What Isn't Crooked in My House.
I'm renting a unit in a house where the floor isn't leadland. It's a nightmare. Gaps where the door is supposed to meet the floor.
My clothing rack leaning down on one side.
My TV sits slightly higher up on one side, etc.
It bothers me every day. Damn, that is like worse than death.
I want to go back. Reality is poison. There is no such thing as square, plumb, or level in a modern house. I feel like this could be the premise for a Junji Ito story. I have an IKEA desk in my room.
Mick. That is just over 1 meter long. That length is enough for me to need 2 of my textbooks under it on one side to keep it level.
All is good until my Raleigh desk chair starts to slide away from the desk while I am sitting there. Is your name Lily by any chance? And your husband Marshall? You should hang your paintings shelf not level. Tip it parallel to the ceiling.
Level is just relative somewhat. As long as your peas don't roll off your plate at the table, it's called character. I always measure off the ceiling. Or the closest corner. I live in an old house and not a damn thing is square. Lambs to the cosmic slaughter.
Went to look at a chain house with my partner and her father last year. It was a cheap price for the area and one owner for the last 40 years.
Looked really clean and well taken care of.
We were looking around and I noticed all the doors had stoppers under them. Thought it was weird and decided to take them away. One by one the doors swung open and all came to rest at the same angle. Then I took a roll of silver tape I saw sitting in a desk.
The tape began to roll in the direction the doors were open to.
Turns out the whole block of chain houses was sinking into a valley. Got out of there real quick. The angle was similar to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I used to install pool tables professionally for 13 years.
Here's one of my first lessons I learned on the job.
There is no such thing as a level floor or a squared wall.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.